Laws of exponents. Here we want to go over the power to power property of exponents. Recall an exponent is basically a little number to the top right of a number or variable known as the base. An exponent basically means we are multiplying the base by itself a certain number of times. We can simplify exponents by using the power to power property, which basically occurs when we have some exponent raised to another exponent. So we have a power to another power. In our example, we have 4 squared, and then that is raised to the 5 power. So this is essentially like saying 4 squared 5 times, and 4 squared basically means 4 times 4. So if we look, we have 4 times 4, 5 times. And if we go back to thinking about the product property, we can basically add all of these up. So this can simplify into 4 to the 10th power. In order to avoid all this extra work, we can just use a rule wherever we have a power to a power, we just multiply those numbers. So 2 times 5 is 10, meaning my new exponent is 10. Here we have a few examples of using the power to a power property. In my first one, we have 2 to the 3rd power, and that is raised to the 2nd power. Because we have power to a power, we can go ahead and keep the base the same. So we're going to have 2, but our new exponent is going to be 3 times 2, which is 6. In my second example, we actually have to take this 4 on the outside, and it actually means 4 to the 4th power and x to the 4th power. For 4 to the 4th power, we can go ahead and multiply 4 by itself 4 times, giving us 256. Now for x to the 4th power, because we have a power raised to a power, we can multiply 4 times 4, which gives us 16. So I'm going to keep x the same, but now my new exponent will be 16. In my last example, I have 3y x to the 3rd power, all of that raised to the 4th power. So this really means we're going to take that 4 and distribute it to every single part. So the 3 gets the exponent 4, the y gets the exponent 4, and then x to the 3rd gets the exponent 4 as well. Now for 3 to the 4th, we can go ahead and simplify that. That means 3 times itself 4 times. So that's going to give us the number 81. Y to the 4th, because there's nothing else to actually simplify there, we can just go ahead and bring that down. Now the last one, because I have a power raised to another power, I can apply the property, which means multiply the exponents. So we're going to keep x the same, but my new exponent is going to be 3 times 4, which is 12.